All righty, got it. Let me get done there. And got it. All right, y'all. Peace and greetings to you all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at Northwestern Mexam. How are you? I'd like to welcome you all to our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report as we go to give our flash testimony and give you the short and simple and sweet, straight to the point type of testimonies to make up our total delineation. However, with that being said, before we get started, I would like for us all to give a round of applause. I'm kidding. Guys, I'd like to introduce our beloved brother in whom we are well pleased, and he is...
Yeah. Peace and love, y'all. What's happening? Brother Sean L. You already know that all is well, and man, what's another appellation, bro? Do I be forgetting that sometimes, or is that just my mind be tripping? What was that other appellation, bro?
All right, guys. That's always fun. As always, let's just get right to it. Let's waste no time. All right, screen share. Boom. Shakalaka. All right. Guys, I'd like to welcome you all to our 7 Hill Star Astro Calendar, March Aries 2023 to February Pisces 2024. Quote, time never was when man was not, end quote. And we are quoting El Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali doing religious corporate activity by affidavit, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And we're here still for the moon cycle that has both the fire sign Leo the lion, anciently and contemporarily ruled by the sun, and the earth sign Virgo, the virgin, holding her baby, and some will say a sheath of wheat in other depictions of Virgo. However, we like the mother sun energy there. Anciently and contemporarily ruled by Mercury. Guys, we're here to give our diverse testimonies for the 17th through the 23rd, August 2023, right? For the 17th, it is Brother Sean L. Be going in, tell you guys about that sunrise while Luna continues its transit in Virgo, as it makes a reflection 180 degrees to Saturn right before sunrise at 4:32. For the 18th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, for Holy Day, the 18th, August 2023. And I'll be giving those 4 testimonies while Luna is still continuing its transit via Virgo. For the 19th, Brother Sean Mel is going to go in on those 2 transits. Then Luna goes void, of course, while it egresses Virgo at about 7:52-ish, egress Virgo. And it'll be void, of course, for 3 hours and 2 minutes. So, guys, if you're up between 400 hours and 51 minutes through 700 hours and 53 minutes, or 4:51 a.m. to 7:53 a.m. Eastern, make no major transactions, make no decisions during that 3 hours and 2 minutes. However, you can always find out by scheduling your Mirror AstroLiteracy session and getting your Mental Magician report from I and Brother Sean, pardon me. I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, and Brother Sean, we know. So that you can have a better comprehension pertaining to how the void, of course, moons affect certain areas in your life. For the 20th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, for the 20th, where we'll be going in on Luna after it ingresses Libra on the 21st. We'll be going in on Luna sextiling the ruler for Libra, or the host for Libra, Venus. On the 21st, Brother Sean Mel will be going in on those 2 transits there, one Luna Plutonian quartile, or Luna square Pluto. and a solar lunar sextile. And then Luna is void of course for about 2 hours and 51 minutes. Make no major transactions between 1631 and 1922. That's when Luna will egress Libra and then ingress Scorpio at about 1922. Right? So for those 2 hours and 51 minutes, make no major transactions or any decisions or plans at that moment. However, if there were some plans or decisions made before that void of course moon, you can actually complete the activities pertaining to said decision. On the 22nd, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, for those 3 transits there, while Luna is continuing its transit through Scorpio. And finally, on the 23rd, guys, Brother Sean Alim L will be closing this out. There are 2 lunar transits before the sun ingresses Virgo at 0500 hours and 1 minute, right? So the sunrise for that day will be a Virgo sunrise, the first sunrise when while the sun is transiting Virgo. However, before sunrise, sun will ingress Virgo at 0500 hours and 1 minute Eastern, or 5:01 a.m., which is anti-meridian Eastern. And then Brother Sean will close this out for those other 3 lunar transits. All right. So let's get it started, right? Let's come on back to the Zoom. And I'm going to yield the floor and make sure he has the co-pilot controls to our beloved brother in whom we are well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam.
Islam, bro. Gratitude indeed. All right, so we are we're at sunrise. All right, sun conjunct ascendant. Sol's at 24 degrees, ruling the first house cusp. So just for this day, for this Thursday, really find ways to surrender to what brings one heartfelt joy, and not any despairs or any type thing. Just what brings fulfillment to one's heart. What does one truly love to do with their inner, deeper, darkest, lightest parts? What truly motivates you from the heart? That cuts away the ego. Something that doesn't deal with ego or consciousness or others. What is that unconditional love space within oneself that one can express, change their attitude, or maybe someone needs to, surrender to what their heart really is saying, and yield to that rather than being hateful. And with that, I yield the floor. For the only one aspect for Thursday, we have a lunar Saturnian reflection occurring, let's see, about an hour, 44 minutes before sunrise. So we've got Luna at 4 degrees Virgo, we got Saturn at 4 degrees Pisces. Let's see, 4 degrees Virgo is asthma. Wow. So get some breather exercising in. For anyone that is or has been diagnosed with asthma, maybe they'll be looking to get some breathing treatments, or finding ways to expand their lungs rather than things being restricted. Also, it's just a time to reflect on organizing one's emotions. Has one been too cold? Or has, maybe mother and father, or even one's grandparents, and been a little too strict within their home life? Just reflecting on those things that need to be strictened, or, become more disciplined on things. And do it all with love. Maybe some things that be taken away to express that love, but just be open to it. And just yield. So maybe even doing some cleaning. Or just, gathering how one can, improve in their daily routine or in their habits with that. So with that, I yield the floor to my bro.
Yes,
as it goes in for the holy day.
Indeed, for the 18th, right? So sunrise there, right? For the 18th, very interesting how 25 degrees, of course, Leo, is that portion pertaining to astrology, 25 to 29 degrees Leo. So for the next, for this day and about 3 more days afterwards, if I'm not mistaken, if not, 4 more days, we'll be seeing the sun in the astrology degrees for Leo. We can be very driven and really take charge here in making sure we're not caught up in self-denial when it comes to what we prefer to do as far as a quote unquote career choice. So move forward in your home business. Be not afraid. However, if this is something that you're thinking about, as far as assisting your home business, it would be good to have 7 Heel Star to do the astrology for your business. So you can actually look ahead and see some things and really know how to keep a journal according to the transits ahead. And with that, I yield the floor. Our first testimony is happening, of course, before sunrise. Luna's trining Jupiter at about 0100 hours, 47 minutes, and 59 seconds to be exact. Luna is in the 4th house in Virgo at 15 degrees Virgo, 5 minutes. So there may be possibly some type of, I was saying some type of communication. I know at what time of the evening this is for the East Coast. However, if anyone, is sitting at home in their driveway, so to speak, as it's called, and you're inside your land conveyance, what may actually, occur is some form of growth pertaining to some information that may have moved quite fast, right? Maybe you'll hear something on the radio, maybe on the airwaves, pertaining to maybe there's some type of art that you'll be taking a part in, or maybe you're hearing about an artist of some sort that you actually value, and you're hearing something being announced on either some radio, or maybe you're sitting in that land conveyance while at your home, sitting either, I guess, maybe you're in the garage, right? Or maybe, like I said, you're in the driveway. And you're going to make this decision to make sure that you go to this event that this artist will be showing up to, whether it's music, actual painting, maybe it's film, maybe it's some type of acting artist. However, you're going to make sure that you're going to make it there, because there's something that you know that you would like to express. And at the end of the day, I think you'll be really good at making said expression. However, you're looking to propose some type of partnership, it seems like, or maybe that's what is going to be announced. And now you're thinking to yourself, hey, man, I got to be able to make it there. Maybe a little far, possibly from where you are. But I think on that day, you'll probably hear some type of message that will make you make plans to go see that particular artist. And with that, I yield the floor. The next transit, Luna is going to be conjunct Mercury. It's happening at about 1300 hours, 8 minutes, and 44 seconds. Luna and Mercury are both in the 10th house in Virgo. There's going there's going to be a means for probably some detailed information that's going to be brought to the light, possibly about maybe someone being born, there's an inheritance going there, or if there was some type of issue, maybe you want the details in terms of an autopsy, possibly. Or you want the details that go behind the scenes on something that you think you've been denied. So not being doom and gloom astrologers. However, I do see that what will be spotlighted and really brought to a head is the fascination and denial that may have been collectively accepted. However, something about the details pertaining to something that is deadly or has caused some death, the people will get a very broadcasted communication, and it's going to make quite a few people rethink the decisions that they have made and rethink those that they've listened to all this time. You'll find people making their own decisions now based on the fact that previous decisions were made on bad information. And with that, I yield the floor. The next transit, we have a Luna-Uranian trine. Luna is at 23 degrees Virgo, 2 minutes in the 8th house. Uranus is at 23 degrees, 2 minutes Taurus in the 4th. Here we can really thoroughly express ourselves by allowing, some information to come to the forefront for us that really is going to pertain to joining your energies with someone else. Here I can see beings getting a session, get an astrology session pertaining to couples, synastry. I think some sudden changes in the values in the home will be free-flowing when it comes to paying attention to the detail in joint decisions for those that are partnered or in relationships. With that, I yield the floor. And finally, my last transit for a holy day. Iloa Ana Il, Friday, 18th August, 2023. There's another conjunction that Luna's making. It's a pattern here. Trine, conjunction, trine, conjunction. Luna's conjunct, or having a conjunction with Mars at 24 degrees. Maybe there is some information that makes someone run from the relationship or a relationship. Maybe there is a secret that is unveiled, while also showing a means to make relating to one another much healthier. So you may find yourself and your relatives or your business partners, or maybe you're someone who is looking to make decisions on taking any type of relationship more seriously. And what will be discussed will be the details of some everyday routine and how healthy those details will bring to the minds of those that would like to move forward in said relationship to be able to find the proper balance for moving forward. All right. I do see health secrets possibly being brought. Maybe this will be an opportunity for people to, instead of, trying to make a decision on whether to go to a hospital or not, maybe really start taking a more natural direction and maybe ordering herbs from an apothecary of some sort. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, and whom we're well pleased, Brother Shawnee Mel, Islam.
Yes. All righty. Moving on to Saturday, Saturn Day, right? So we got the sun at 26 degrees, 12 minutes. Leo as a brother sign has already, let the people know that the sun is at the degrees of astrology. It's also the degree of alcoholism. So yes, book y'all session. For someone that knows any alcoholics or those who, kind of know about astrology, but are only dealing with sun sign astrology. Folks, for these next couple of degrees, while that sun is transiting the astrological degrees, will really see the importance of it. Rather than just the sun sign based astrology that, has been popularized and monetized, right? Or, made it seem like it's only dealing with a few certain things. I think beings will really be able to see there's much more than what the eye can see when it comes to astrology. And for those that, like I said earlier, alcoholics, get your mirror sessions, get your celestial readings, get, these things, or inquire about some things that astrology can assist with to help oneself. For those that are, running from themselves or running away from problems, they don't want to deal with it. It might just be, scared of themselves. Let the astrology assist you rather than, indulging in things that, don't really help one. And then even those that do drink, not understanding those spirits that they're invoking upon when they do choose to divulge in that, and not talking down on it, but make sure their values are correct, right? And the people are going to do what they're going to do, but understand the why behind it. And anything excessive is definitely not healthy. It's not good for the heart. So folks know how alcohol beings can lose estates, they can lose their homes. So yeah, get the astrology reading, and really be shown how fat makes greasy. All right, and with that, I yield the floor. Let's see. For the first aspect of the day, we have I'm starting out with another reflection. We have a lunar Neptunian reflection. 27 degrees Virgo 5 minutes and 27 degrees 5 minutes Pisces, in a retrograde as well. With Luna with some accidental dignity. Don't you looky. All right, so this is just reflecting upon the home life, right? Maybe having some conversations, or maybe even creating with one's mother or father, or maybe doing something within the career, like an idea one had pertaining to like photography or music. And those details have been gathered and organized. So if one has been nurturing themselves, properly in their ideas, they'll be able to present that in a way that's, is clear to everyone. They're able to clearly speak and relay the message that they're seeing within their mind's eye, and it can be understood and clear by everyone. Right. Being ruled by Mercury, and Luna's also ruling with first. So this is all about, just moving forward with one sees with their appearance, or someone could be, nervous about, making a first impression. And I think just, being detailed and organized and clean and how one communicates, one will be able to easily, with no effort at all, really convey the things that they can see. Just stay open to giving both sides something that they can understand and things that they might not understand. With that, I yield the floor. Let's see. Next up, we have a lunar Plutonian trine, right? And this is the last aspect before Luna goes void, of course. All right, and this is occurring at 28 degrees Virgo. All right, so, and 28 degrees Capricorn. And I think, Pluto still should be at the exaltation of Mars. Yes, 28. I always get that and land and farming and hair. I get all those late degrees mixed. So yeah, Luna at 28, trine Pluto. So yeah, this is all about and Luna's in their joy. Yeah, this is about exercising the things that one's really in harmony with. And with Pluto, being at the exaltation of Mars is in Virgo. One can move forward, with ideas, or maybe be open to studying some more things to kind of complete the circle, or the understanding needed in order to move forward. And with Luna being in the third, it's gonna be just communications, love letters, listen to things on the radio. With that energy, maybe someone, still is gonna take a swimming trip, or, go fishing, or, something about a general opinion comes up. But I think whoever that general opinion is of will be able to take any projections and, use that to transform themselves. And continue to make the changes to their self and just how they approach the world. And just being, love, honor, and sincere intent. Not falling victim to the Molech worship. So, just restrict the things that aren't in harmony with oneself when it comes to, working with others, dealing with others, the values of one partner. One might have to see for themselves that the value they care so much for isn't really working for them, even though, their partner could be letting them know whether it's them or it's their friends or anything. They might have to just see for themselves. And with that, I yield the floor. Luna will be void, of course, for, the 3 hours, 2 minutes. All right, so from 4:51 anti-meridian until 7:53 anti-meridian. So this is most likely when everyone's resting, recharging. So, no major purchases during this time. Just wait till Luna. Egress is out of Virgo, ingress is to Libra, but it might not be void, of course. And how would one know that? By getting one's astrology sessions, and get your astrology session, and after you know how and what to look for, get your transit calendar. Just as Brother Sean sold early with the transits that we're going over, one can have their report tailored to their nativity chart, so they can see what's going on daily, weekly, strongly, what some would call weekly, monthly, and yearly. So get the astrology sessions and get the calendar to assist oneself. So now, Luna is now as ingress into Libra in the first house. This is just, building upon the foundations when it comes to their roots, their, family roots, ancestor roots, and seeing the beauty in that. And also maybe just balance out some things that, one's loved ones, quote unquote, non-statutorily family, has placed and raised them up in, and just now how they view themselves, now that they have got older. Or, also just making sure that for the children, their, values and beauty are, constantly look after and tailored and nurtured, and that no projections, no imposter syndromes are being put onto the children, just because one has been through something and hasn't healed that part of themselves, or they think something that's beautiful, they will call it ugly, and then, try to stop their little ones from being able to be themselves. So make sure one is just paying attention to the details, the organizations, and communicate those things that need to be communicated, in a detailed way, in a fashionable way, and just be open to creating new art and really seeing the beauty in all of life, and nurturing oneself to, let them know that they're beautiful. So maybe someone, I don't know why that just came to mind, doing the mirror technique, right? Speaking to themselves, doing affirmations in the mirror. So maybe someone is going to do that, or that's going to be a thing of more, because a lot of things are just coming up. So express yourself in the beautiful way that ye are, and don't allow anyone to, block one's light or one's beauty because they're not comfortable and don't see that within themselves. And with that, I yield the floor to my bro.
Islam. Sunrise is taking place at 27 degrees, Leo, 10 minutes for 20th August, 2023. This is happening at about 0600 hours, 28 minutes and 17 seconds. The sunrise here has, one's having to make sure they're being honest with themselves, maybe fascinated with some bit of information and maybe in a little bit of denial about the details pertaining to it. However, allow your heart to be open to receive the communication that's necessary. And with that, I yield the floor. The only transit for Sunday is Luna sextile Venus, and it's happening well after, a little under 10 hours after sunrise at 1600 hours, 7 minutes and 16 seconds. Luna is there in Libra at 16 degrees, 8 minutes in Libra, while still in the 10th house in this Placidus, tropical Placidus chart. And Venus is at 16 degrees Leo, 8 minutes retrograde. This energy does bring about a bit of, internalizing one's security, being very secure in the beauty pertaining to one's own mind. What I think is thoroughly important is being able to really communicate where one stands in being in harmony and blending one's energies with others that they're sharing their energies with. So really reflect and find that beauty within, and make sure you're thoroughly nurturing and being secure. And even seeing the things that are in your subconscious mind and be able to really balance out the essential and central things pertaining to your own self-esteem. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother in whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Ali Mel. Islam.
Islam, bro. Gratitude once again, good brother. All righty, so here we are, August 21st. We're on the moon day, so be sure to join us for Intuition Monday, as we will be going in on the Piscean full moon. So be sure to join us for that. And yeah, sun at 28 degrees, 8 minutes Leo. We know that's rolling over that first house cusp. So, for this Monday, and it's on a moon day. Maybe someone's going to be treated to something from one of their loved ones, or they'll be looking to actually treat them with a gift, something they're feeling very heartfelt about. And if it's something not a physically or monetary gift, just showing some love or appreciation, or even, giving something to celebrate, something in that fashion or matter. And yeah, or maybe just the lightest, showing some things in the home life that, aren't truly sincere, but can be worked on. So, so just be open to the things that show up. Don't ignore what spirit is showing you, because one doesn't like what's being shown. Pay attention. And with that, I yield the floor. Pardon. So for the first aspect is at 1619, or some will say 419, we have a lunar Plutonian square, which I just did the shrine. So now, now we're having that. So we're, dealing with home life, aggression in the home life. So just be open to change, see the beauty in change. Yeah, and really be open to the beauty and change within one's home life. Changes are transformative. Stagnation is a loop cycle that isn't really transformative in a sense, right? So So maybe someone's mother or father are, communicating and mending bonds, or someone's actually able to communicate some things to their heads, to wherever they job or whatever their career is, or possibly just finding some stimulation and continuing to build up their self-entrepreneurship. And allowing that to dictate where they go, and really just, expanding on the things that they were taught within the home, or on things that they know can expand the home. And with that, I yield the floor. So next up, we have a solar lunar sextile. All right, and this is...
Pardon me.
All right, so there we go. Up, Luna still hanging out in the 10th. Sun is definitely in that 8th house. So yeah, just communicating the beauty and love, maybe, feeling oneself to grow upon this new sense of self-expression that they might have, came across, especially during that new moon energy, right? Or they're just, things are changing around. What was started internally is now shown externally. So they're now able to really move forward with the things pertaining to their finances and health, and just having restrictions removed, externally. And that started with removing things internally in order to see that outer inner, as within, so without energy. So be open to just creating and seeing the beauty in life. What we love to say here at Seven Hill Star, according to the Pale Show, if you have hate in your heart, let it out and really let that love in. Like, don't, be kind or project your energy towards someone that's secure within themselves, that's, happy with, shining their light to, motivate others or encourage others to shine their own light. Get your astrology session so one can see, hey, man, I think something might be squaring my sun that makes me want to hide or, restrict myself. So, get that. As I'll say again, it's just more than sun-based, has been taught and shown. So, be open to things that are foreign. With that, I yield the floor for a moon void, of course. I think that was 2 hours, 51 minutes. So from 1631 or 431 post meridian to 1922, 722 post meridian, no major transactions. It's under 3 hours. So I'm pretty sure one can hold out, or just make sure they get the things that they need to get before the moon void, of course. So moving on, wow, moon is now ingressing into the 8th house in Scorpio. So yeah, this is home transformation, or maybe someone is, taking their finances and merging it with their partners, or maybe they're someone they're doing entrepreneurship or business with, or, just finding ways to become more intimate with themselves and, and their loved one, their partner. Or things are just coming up. The mysteries about self are coming up, and just being open to the occult knowledge. And with sun in this, in the astrological degrees, and moon is in now Scorpio, it's best to get that session, or just start studying oneself. What triggers one? In what ways is one might be too over possessive in some ways. So, just opportunity to study self and feel what comes up, and, not to ignore that. And with that, I will yield the floor to my bro, Islam.
All righty, Islam. So for the 22nd, August 2023, while Luna is continuing its transit in Scorpio, sunrise is taking place at 0600 hours, 30 minutes, and 6 seconds. Still at, within, so to speak, the astrological degrees. Very Leonian, this degree here, as it's about 1 degree and 4 minutes away from Regulus. So it's still with an aspect under, 1.5 degrees. Here we can really make our intentions to be the best that we need to be for ourselves. We can make them solid. However, being fascinated with the astrology, yet denying yourself to have the actual experience that you need, may not be the best decision for solving problems within yourself, within ye kinship or family, quote unquote, and or your immediate environment, termed the neighborhood. So here, what can actually take place is making a solid decision within inside yourself to begin loving yourself and taking yourself seriously, to analyze astrology and civics outside of the thoughts of thinking it is only pertaining to some group of beings with a particular belief system. So make sure you set on the throne in your mind the decision to always take said fascination that's being neutralized by denial and make prudent decisions in making sure you're keeping a regal countenance about one's own self. And with that, I yield the floor. My first transit,
bro.
Say that again.
Awesome, man. Made me think of that song. I want to be the very best of myself that I knew there never was. Doom, doom, doom. To know myself is the real test. Right, instead of the Pokemon song. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Boom, boom, boom. I yield.
I guess the title of that song would be "Know Thyself." But anyway,
do you really know you?
Yeah, I know, right? It's the whole "Know Thyself" title sequence, right? So happening about 0300 hours, 32 minutes, and 26 seconds. Luna's trine Saturn. Luna is there in Scorpio in the 4th house, having accidental dignity not only at the 4th, but in other ways too. Very Cancerian, this energy. So there's this nurturing energy. The people may find a means to maybe they're having an experience. Maybe at this time you're having a dream. And now you're making a decision to actually quit some things. Interestingly, Saturn in the 8th house, roughly conjunct Fomalhaut, the Watcher of the South. While retrograde, really allows one to internalize another chance to be able to come together collectively. Maybe the coming together collectively may be emerging your financial energies or having some sort of shared account to maybe come to an end, or to actually allow what is going to come to an end, the insecurities pertaining to not joining the finances with someone else. This here just says trust. You must trust what's being expressed between yourself and others when issues come up about things pertaining to ancestors. If ye all are dealing with something pertaining to a loved one that just transitioned, maybe, just maybe, you're considering not utilizing cemetery services or funeral services. Maybe you're actually considering allowing yourself to bury your loved ones, if that's what you decide to do, in your own backyard, to be able to relieve yourself of being taxed without actually being a tax agent or working for an administration for tax purposes. Some people may actually be considering, if they know that knowledge or further research that knowledge, that you have a loved one transition naturally, not one that you're inducing, to have that loved one buried in your own backyard, thus relieving yourself of having to utilize your energy to transact for the structure on the land called the house. With that, I yield the floor. The transit after that, which is a little under 2 hours after sunrise, the benefics are square. Venus square Jupiter. Venus is at 15 degrees, Leo 18 minutes, while still retrograde, thoroughly internalizing the beauty pertaining to some thought and communication. Maybe some daydreaming is taking place here, while also really wanting to share some things. So there's a decision making that's taking place. Should I share or shouldn't I? However, it is thoroughly tied to maybe some secret, or actually tied to being very close to school. Maybe decisions of relationships with those that may actually be teaching you. Maybe there will be some unveiling pertaining to that. Maybe someone out there who's been in a relationship with their professor or someone that they learned from, that's coming to the forefront because maybe there's an engagement announcement that will be taking place, or the reason why it's coming to the forefront because someone is with child. It's either the professor being with child by the student, or the student being with child by the professor. So with that being said, the communication that's going to take place will definitely pertain to valuing family in a way where there may be children involved, while also really internalizing the beauty of really not caring what the crowd thinks. All right. So with that, I yield the floor. And next, my final transit for the 22nd, again, is not necessarily a lunar transit. It's a Martian Neptunian transit, and they are reflecting one another 180 degrees in aspect, what some will contemporarily call, in modern astrology, Mars opposite Neptune. Mars is in the 9th house at 27 degrees Virgo, 0 minutes. Neptune, 27 degrees Pisces, 0 minutes retrograde. When it comes to publishing, and it may be dealing with some publishing of some sort, maybe someone is going to do their best to try to bring to the forefront something of some, religious doctrine. Or maybe someone is going to try their best to publish some things and communicate, something about the world or to the world that is really dealing with some type of spiritual exercise. However, many are not going to be indoctrinated or seek to, institutionalize themselves based on this communication. What will actually occur is some clarity that is thoroughly needed so that many can be driven to stand amongst their peers confidently without feeling like they need to join the crowd, so that they no longer feel or ever feel ostracized by the group, because maybe there's a majority of beings that actually think that they can teach a lesson, right? through tough love. However, what will happen is it will ricochet. And it may ricochet in terms of there may be some kind of communication that will be delivered to the world and or broadcasted. And what will happen again, as I said, people will further make decisions based on their own heart instead of institutionalized dogma belief systeming. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we are well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam. Are you muted, brother?
I am. I was getting, getting my what do you call those? My mime on, right? Being quiet, but something, yeah. So
Islam.
yeah. So as we can see, the sun's at 0 degrees 4 minutes Virgo. So it's definitely doing that ingress early. So I'll definitely go in on that here shortly, but yeah, sun's now in Virgo. Yes, happy solar return on my Virgos out there. Y'all know I'm saying, y'all know
Virgo season.
Hey, you already know it's that scout season. So won't y'all make sure y'all get y'all's reading so y'all know what y'all looking for, so y'all can be detailed and know what you need and what you looking for. So you ain't out there just out there swinging it, just out there lustful, unknowing, swinging, like going after things. Because we know it's scouting season, but how you know what to scout for if you don't even know what you're looking for? So yeah, get that reading. So the mirror reading, the mental magician, and if one's already, talking with someone, get that synastry so that y'all can be on the same level, right? Even if it's someone that ain't good for you but can't let go of, right? Why not get that synastry to see how one can, be in harmony with that energy and why? But yeah, Sun in Virgo, it's all about details and organization, cleaning out our lives and our temples, possibly, doing a nervous system detox or, a circulatory system detox, things of those matters. But yeah, really just making sure that we are secured and on point with all the little things that, most folks might overlook or not seem to care about because they don't think the details don't matter. So just becoming focused and adept in those things. And with that, I yield the floor. So occurring before sunrise, we have a lunar Venusian square. All right, Luna's in the 6th, word to Brother Jag. All right. And Venus is definitely in that 4th house. We know he's occurring at 15 degrees exactly. Alrighty, so yeah, Luna square Venus. It's possibly, thoughts or things are coming up pertaining to, the health of the home, the health of the relationship, or one's relationships towards their mother. Or even just between seeing the beauty of being connected to that feminine divine energy within oneself. It's also, it could be pertaining to finances and, wanting to do things. So if one doesn't have the finances to, support or do things, or, be able to cop the gifts that they would like to, hey, some things can be, purchased or cheaper, or trips or memories. Think outside the box when it comes to how one treats themselves and treat their loved ones. Think outside the box. It always doesn't have to be money spent, even though some would want one to be only focused on that because it's all they know. But use your own heart and thinking and intuition on what will be good when it comes to those matters. And just finding some romantic energies as well, right? Instead of saying romantic, moranic. Those matters is just communicating the things and really looking to become adept in one's communications. As Mercury's about to go retrograde. With that, I yield the floor. Next up, we got a lunar Jupiterian reflection occurring. right, at 0 hours 48 minutes, or some would say 12:48 anti-meridian. So Luna is in the 6th, Jupiter's in the 12th. Right. So yeah, work, service. This is reflecting on that. So maybe some things come up, some triggers, emotional patterns, or trauma, that can try to get one to think they're not useful, or maybe it's some sacred enemies or open enemies of some sort trying to pick on one, but just know one's value, really appreciate oneself for their existence and their being. Yeah, and really just communicate those things, and really become clear, and let one's self values break them free of the mental institutions rather than being trapped by those. All right. And always be open to thinking outside of the box. And with that, I will yield if the floor for that lunar Jupiterian reflection. So now we have the Sun ingress in Virgo. Looky. So this ingress, wow, is occurring in the first house for the East Coast, right? So yeah, this is about just self-expression. So is one's self-expression healthy? Are they really being proud of themselves and communicating that? Or are they, rather hide within the shadows? So be open to embracing the details about oneself. So that's like, yeah, I'm good at this, but I'm not good at that. But don't let those weaknesses take away from, the leadership and the confidence within oneself. Let one's weaknesses be one's strengths. Let one's fears be the fuel to the fire for one's will, right? And just really, come to know oneself, know thyself. Yeah, that's really about it. So yeah, with that, I yield the floor. Let's see what's next. We got a lunar Mercurian sextile next. So Luna's in the first house, 21 degrees. Mercury's at 21 degrees 51 minutes in Virgo. So yeah. Ask 21 questions. And it could be all about ye, right? It's like, self, do I really want to know ye now? I didn't know ye when I was down and out, but I still got love for you. All right, but anyways,
right. Yeah, this is right before Mercury goes retrograde too, bro.
Ooh, wow.
Right before. Yeah.
Yes, occurring right before it. So yeah, things are coming up with this lunar Mercurian sextile. So some communication from one's ancestors, spirit guides, or family, even one's partner, are just coming up to really give what everyone see and needs to focus on for this Mercury retrograde. So that when Mercury retrograde is over, one can move forward with this new sense of self-mystery about oneself. It's like, yo, I really didn't understand why I did these things, or I didn't, things I didn't get, or, my attitude might have been too jealous or too possessive. So, things will come up, definitely, to highlight the things that one needs to work on, to really feel out, or, let one's feelings or emotions actually guide them rather than hinder them from the things that need to come up from the exalted communications. And with that, I yield the floor. Next up, we have a lunar Uranian reflection. Luna's in the 11th, Uranus is in the 5th. So yeah, once again, it's just another mental thing that's coming up. Possibly, how one creates and just how one feels within their friend groups, and their networks and their connections. So, really sort things out, be like Shaggy, be like Scooby in the game, right? Look at all those different characters as parts of yourself, right? To, really find out what the mystery is And then the villain that they always seem to apprehend could be yourself, right? Let that be yourself. That's getting in your own way, right? So the villain of one's life story is how one gets in their own way and allow those transformative energies, to create change with that. So, yeah, be open to the changes and the mysteries. With that, I yield the floor. All right, and then for the last aspect, we have a lunar Neptunian trine. Oh man, whew, I made it this whole time. Man, that's how we got to close it out.
You're hilarious, bro.
Right, and just go ahead and get the little umbrella stick and just pull me. I'm just no seventh, but a lunar Neptunian trine. This is like a good time to create. For anyone that's doing music, I don't know why it's like maybe even someone is getting their partner into it. Maybe they know nothing about music or nothing about paint, nothing about art, but just show them, right, what you like to do. And it's like, yeah, this is how I create, and just show them the basics and let them create with you. And really let that bonding, the mystery of what one does, let that be the actual bonding, strengthening part of that. So they can feel involved and, not so left out on the outside. And that's how you really bring the home energy to, the relationship and, at the home as well. Right. So maybe, let's see, 7 and 12. Yeah, maybe y'all stay in 2 separate homes, right? So, maybe FaceTiming each other, those things that matter, but just creating. And if it isn't with one's partner, maybe it's the business partner, formulating a new idea that you came up on. And, rather than continuing to, just dream about it, put into action or just, be able to come across the resources in order to further promote that vision. And let's see. Yeah, so this opportunity to beautify the home after beautifying oneself. And with that, I yield the floor. And I think a bleep, 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 that's all, folks.
It's bro. So, with that being said, I'm going to share screen here, guys. I'd like to thank you all for joining. I am Brother Sean. LikeForYou.com. Make sure you sign up for our email list so you can receive the emails that are coming out every Thursday. However, there's going to be some more emails coming out. We're going to be utilizing that email list quite a bit more to announce what's going on. Shout out again to all the members for the Universally Professional Astrology community. We got that commenced, and now we're moving forward. So I think it's possible, we may send something out that Saturday. We may do some sort of astrology discussion. It's free for those that are members. If you're not a member, I think we might do it for maybe 15 units per being. If you're not a member, just 15 units via CashApp, right? To come to the astrology discussion. However, again, we're not going to go too much we're not going to go past 2 hours, and we're not really going to get into too much detail. However, it's like I'll put it like this: if we're going over something that's quite seemingly advanced, but beings know, and it's fine. We want people of all types to show up: novices, intermediates, experts. We encourage everyone to show. But our conversation will be as intense as it can be for 2 hours, but we're not going to go past that. So for all TUPAC members, it is free. All right. So it's free for members. If you would like to be a part of TUPAC, of course, here at 7heelstar.com, you click that More button there at the top right. That's what I clicked. And I'm going to click on TUPAC. So for the membership, it was based on this, the Universally Professional Astrology Community presents Quick Thinking Moon and Mercury, which the recordings are available. So if you guys join TUPAC and still transacted 250 units in lieu of lawful money, you will receive I think it's like 9 hours, 57 minutes, and 36 seconds of video past, I promised 4 hours each day, and we actually went over on both days. So you're definitely going to get like another hour, 57 minutes and 26 seconds, or 36 seconds, roughly. More, you guys want to get your hands on that recording as you join TUPAC, and that will be for the lifetime membership for now, 250 units for a lifetime membership. Treat yourself, do not beat yourself. Find the beauty in the fact that, we are brothers that are presenting and being consistent with a knowledge and information that is very helpful, as we also give the comprehension pertaining to such. So, as I said, the discussions are free for members. When it comes to workshops, 9 times out of 10, when it comes to workshops, the workshops are not free. It may be some sort of exchange that may be reduced for members. However, it will be in full for those that are not members. All right. So with that being said, what we actually have here is still the link. If you click on that there, on that picture, that thumbnail, for you to actually transact and still receive the documentation there that came with Quick Thinking Moon and Mercury Astrology Workshop. And when we receive the notification, or you can let us know, hey, I already transacted for it, and we go check our records. Okay, they have. We will add you to the drive for you to have access to the recordings for that day. And it's not just video recordings, it's also audio and whatever the chat file was for those 2 days. So you can see what we actually went over and reviewed. A lot of treats in that. I mean, we covered a lot in those 2 days, so to speak. And to have have 9 hours, 51 minutes, I think. So it was an hour. I said an hour and 27. It's an hour and 51 minutes. No, pardon me, hour and 57 minutes and 36 seconds over 8 hours. So it's 9 hours, 57 minutes, and 36 seconds of really going in on comprehending Moon and Mercury. And I think everyone in some way, shape, or form, even if they still need assistance, because it was all types of astrological students there, those that are well versed in astrology and those that are brand new and those that are in between. However, we are encouraging all to show, because this kind of community will help us, not just with our astrology, but also will help us in our communities wherever we are when we're not just on Zoom. Because what we'll be able to do is relieve our minds of the mundane rat race energy that is usually upon people daily. All right. When you go to 7-day tropic medical astro weather report, right? Oh, the 9th, the 3rd to the 9th was still there. Okay, I'm definitely going to update that. However, all of our videos can be seen here. That's on YouTube, can be seen from here also, right? So if you didn't catch that one, as far as the 3rd through the 9th, I know if you hit pause on this thing, right? What should happen, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. It should be videos that pop up at the bottom here. Am I wrong? Oh, that's actually showing the scenes. Well, I do know you can actually see them all here, and you should be able to access as well as share it out to whomever. But all videos can be seen here. All righty. We have. Oh, that's interesting. Look, it's on the website. Me discussing that again, and going to the end, right? To actually show that. But if you was to go via YouTube, you guys could access it there also, and see all the videos we've ever presented on 7 Hill Star. However, if you scroll down on this page, you'll be able to see the mental magician reports that Brother Sean has prepared, and has left examples also of LeBron James. That's the mental magician 3.0 report. Then there's one for Dr. Dre, the mental magician 2.0 report. That is here. It's obviously loading, but you will be able to see it for yourselves. You go to 7hillstar.com and check it out. The Oracle Tarot Pool for all 12 signs are there also. These are examples of the work that Brother Sean puts together when putting the reports together. Well, that one popped up. Instead, Dr. Dre one was to take some time, right? And then the Mental Magician report for Kendrick Lamar, that is the Mental Magician 1.0 report. That's there also. And obviously, you can see these reports and download them, right? And there's samples. You can't knock those samples there, right? So with that being said, and guys, the Mental Magician reports, it varies for the LMOs and our tuitions for them. I'm pretty sure Brother Sean will let y'all know, because we've made some adjustments and we'll be updating this portion also of the site. However, I just wanted you to see what was there too on the 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report page. And finally, Copper Crystal Canvases, guys. Well, really not finally, because you guys would want to go to One Heart Supplements, right? And check that out too and get your CMOS. However, Copper Crystal Canvases, guys, remember, get the jewelry that heals. All righty, when you wear the copper and the crystals. All righty, these are incense holders for those of you that are interested in the incense holders. Then there's the lock jewelry for those that would like to put it in the hair, even if you don't have locks. Put it in your loosed locks. And we have the selenite wand for the 7 chakras, the selenite 7 chakra wand. And then we have the heart trellis for those that are into electroculture for their plants to help the health pertaining to their plants. And this is the crystal plant stake for electroculture also. And there's really a whole lot more you can show more there to see for copper crystal canvases. You go to Moor and click on the About Us tab. You'll see that there are there's some information there on Brother Hassan Gaziope. Copper Crystal Canvases, there's their Instagram. And you can really direct message them. Guys, you don't just have to do things through the website. You guys, if you want to speak with us directly, you can reach all of us through our Instagrams also. All right. Brother Corey, the AstroCore Wellness Astrologer. Guys, this is where you go to One Heart Supplements and get your CMOS, right? So all you got to do is come to the About Us page and see right there, One Heart Supplements Raw Moorish CMOS Gel is what I like to call it, right? Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, his info is here. You can reach him by direct messaging also for your astrology needs. There's Brother Sean, as you guys are all familiar with Brother Sean. Now, you're actually familiar with all the brothers, actually. I know lately you've been seeing more of I Am Brother Sean. All his info is there where he can be reached also via Instagram, as well as, and when Brother R makes himself available for you all, his information is there also. All right. And if you guys wanted to download the information, the one sheet in press room, for Brother Hassan Gaziope, there's a downloadable PDF. So you can get that information, which, some of it's right there. All right. And with that, I'm going to yield the floor. Brother Sean, any questions, comments, and or suggestions going once?
Nah. Probably go through the comments. Let's see. Mother Sahar says, peaceful greetings, brother Sun, brother Shine, everyone in the chat. And also says, back to when you speaking about burying your loved ones in the backyard. That makes sense about burying your loved ones in the backyard. Seven Judah says peace and love. Mother Sahara's got some laughing emojis. Also says time for reflection. Brother Tyro Bay.
In other words, I'm glad she said that. Because guys, the Mirror AstroLiteracy session, if you mention the promo code reflect, right, and you want your 7 Heel Star Mirror AstroLiteracy session, it is 459 units in lieu of lawful money via CashApp. However, you mentioned the promo code reflect, I will discount it 39%, and you can get it for $279.99. All righty, to schedule your Mirror AstroLiteracy session with Brother Hassan Ghazil Bey. And I'm pretty sure, I think Brother Sean soon, he's going to be giving a special also. But I will let him decide and tell you guys what that's going to be when he decides to do that. But I'm pretty sure there's something coming up that you guys could definitely benefit from, making sure you're having, a bit of a percentage taken off.
Yeah.
Whatever Brother Sean decides.
I'll decide on that today. I think this is going to be on like the solar return reports because my solar return is approaching. So I think I'll do like a solar return report. And I know we haven't said it, but doing like a year ahead forecast from a solar return. So maybe I'll introduce that as a special as well. Maybe just until my solar return. So I'll definitely reflect on that, speaking of reflection, and just come, fair price, for a rating and a report. So that'll be my thing to do today. And I yield, bro.
Yeah, indeed. And guys, we're gonna want to speak a little more. However, I trust that I can have a minds meeting session with those that are well versed in jurisprudence that we speak about at Lawful Living, because 7 Heel Star, our approach is methodical and calculated. We've learned over the years that no matter what information we come across, those of us that can be patient, we take the time to learn that which we come across and really grasp it as much as we can, not to paralyze ourselves from being active with that information. However, to really just make sure that we are doing our best to cover as many avenues, if not all the avenues possible, to have an outcome for ourselves that doesn't lead us down the path of having to be a Federal Reserve agent in order to obtain that which is already ours. So we are ready to move forward in a lot of study that we've been doing for the past year and a half, almost 2, as far as being a part of the jurisprudence gym at lawfulliving.com and looking to move forward. Because for me and what I know, the minds that are really good at these things may need to come together and orchestrate moving a certain way. Because I'm seeing some patterns, and I think there's some things that could be done and discussed in a way that relieves a lot of panic by just giving straight instruction and direction based on the information that we have. Take a whole lot more of the guesswork out of it and be a lot more direct and plain with the information so that we can have the outcomes necessary you know, because a lot of people would like to be able to feed their loved ones, shelter their loved ones, so to speak, quote unquote, clothe their loved ones without, you know, thinking they have to be a Federal Reserve agent in the process. Us exchanging energy amongst ourselves is fine in regards of, you know, or opposite to exchanging finance, making other beings that are not us, that have, and they have a mindset to, oh, they're going to get rich and leave others poor, right? We need to stop feeding those institutions. However, I think, for example, like one group at Lawful Living is called Feed the Fam, and you know, the bros have been studying, and even Brother Sean, you know, put together a document based on things that was shared by Malika and Sunny, and based on what it is that we've studied. And that's what, you know, it is that we do. We do comparison and we make sure, okay, we see how this fits and that fits. Now let's move forward in sending this communication to those that can actually bring forth and do what it is that we need, unless they can't because they are part of a mafia and a mob. And if they do what they're actually supposed to do, they may find themselves dead because there are other beings who are actually controlling them, and not them having a mindset to be honorable themselves, so that we can actually bring back to the people either a success story about what it is that we can have collectively without having to deal with so much BS politics, or we can bring back the reality that there is a war and it may come with more people that are in positions corrupting the honor to those positions that may have to be quickly neutralized. I'll say it like that. Are there any questions, comments, and or suggestions going twice? Questions, comments, and or suggestions going twice? And we thank all of you that showed up, that are here with us. We thank you all so much. Interesting. F1 TT Bird. Alexander, our beloved son of whom well, please, John Alexander Dixon Bay, right? He says the workshop was lit. Definitely looking forward to the next group. Participation was key. So yeah, like we said, the discussions on Saturday are going to be under 2 hours, but they're going to be free. So 9 times out of 10, I'll be sending an email out like, hey guys, we're going to meet at these times, you know, come on through or whatever. Let's just have a brief discussion. We can either, you know, it can be random. It can just be an open discussion, whatever comes to mind, whether it's me or Brother Sean think of something, you guys think of something or whatever. It is what it is. Some things that we can definitely look at. All right. So with that being said, to all of you, what you say, broski doski?
What we've been talking about for the next moon cycle, do we speak on that now, or do we hold off a little bit to let the people know until we got everything all ready to go? I guess thumbnail wise and all that.
I mean, it's not going to take us anything to make the flyers for it. But if you want to make the announcement, you can, because it's on the 23rd of September, right? When it starts. Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. You can give it to them verbally, and soon we'll have a visual for you guys. So you can, bro. Your spirit is up to it. You can write it.
Yep. So, you know, to everybody out there, you know, Tupac, the Universal Professional Astrological Community will be doing our second workshop. It'll be from September 23rd to October 14th. We're looking to meet 4 Saturdays I'm not sure of the time. I guess as I get closer, we can set a specific time, but we'll be meeting 4 Saturdays. There will be remote energy healing work, and we'll also be going over some astrology as well. And it's going to be very intense, I will say, the energy work as I was preparing that. So, yes, we'll be definitely speaking on the things. So it was, self-healing and community building. So we're just looking to heal ourselves and looking to, meet others and work within groups. And also just add more to our community, like our local community and also globally. So we'll be doing a lot of deep healing work and also just learning more about the astrology and about ourselves and so that we can continue to move forward. So that will be occurring. It will be in lieu of 300 units for that. And yeah, it's going to be great. That'll be our second workshop we'll be doing. And we just have a lot of things that will be coming. So, but that's the next thing to look forward to. And I guess I'll go ahead and say September 5th, we'll be on House of Reawakening Minds again. I think this will be the 4th time, bro. So yeah, we'll be looking out for that as well. So look, for the flyer for that coming soon for September 5th. And also a flyer for the workshop coming as well.
Yeah, Islam, I think probably the best time will probably be like maybe 10 Pacific. So that'll be maybe like 1 Eastern, 12 Central for that workshop. But yes, this is not you exchange the 300 units in lieu of lawful money. That does not include becoming a member. That is because Brother Sean has decided for it to be on 4 different Saturdays. So it's 4 classes, all righty. And those 4 classes, all righty, is, if I'm not mistaken, 75 units per class, all righty. So you guys will definitely be able to take care of that. That does not include becoming a member. So if I'm not mistaken, going to be 300 units for everyone. However, if Brother Sean decides something for the members will get a notice pertaining to that if we decide to do a discount for members. However, Brother Sean's going to be going in on some Reiki, you know what I mean? And so I'm going to prepare what I'm going to do as far as terms of healing with astrology. So it will do great in backing up what Brother Sean is going to bring on during those 4 classes. So it's going to be 1 class every Saturday for 4 Saturdays from the 23rd September 2023 to the 14th October 2023. Questions, comments, and/or suggestions going thrice. No more questions, comments, and/or suggestions, guys. This is where I and Brother Sean say be yourselves and donate. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. So with that being said, guys, we love you all. Enjoy yourselves. Look out for that email from us. And this is where we say to you all, namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace. Peace.